This is absolutely the best credit card to help you rebuild your credit with no hard inquiry ever. So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia to come out here to drive some exotic cars, enjoy the weekend, eat some good food, and I decided that I needed to really give you some important information about a very powerful credit rebuilding credit card that anyone can apply for. Now, I'm staying at the Waldorf Astoria, so I'm going to be shooting these inside the hotel, outside of the hotel, all over this hotel. So be prepared to see me shooting in different locations. We do not have the gold microphone, but I'm still going to give you the sauce. I need you to listen closely to me. Stop getting crappy credit cards. You don't need them. Stop listening to these amateurs on social media that are telling you to get an Open Sky credit card or a Credit One credit card or get a secure credit card to rebuild your credit with. You don't need it. This credit card that I'm going to talk to you about today is a game changer because you literally open up an account and it's going to report a $1,500 line of credit no matter how much money you put on the card. And even if you don't put any money on the card, it's still going to report a $1,500 line of credit, and it does not show up as a secured card. It shows up as a regular revolving credit card on your credit report, and that's exactly what we want. People always ask me, Mike, why do you hate on Credit One and Open Sky so much? Because they are horrible credit cards. You don't need them on your credit profile. Nobody told me this when I first started getting into credit. I got a First Premier, and then I had a Credit One, then I was stuck with these crappy credit cards for years. One of them nearly 5 years until I finally got rid of it because I didn't know any better. And so that's why I'm going to bring you firsthand experience, and I've helped thousands of my clients use this specific credit card to rebuild your credit with. So I know for a fact it works, it's reliable, it's safe, and it's secure. So remember, you don't need those crappy credit cards. You don't need a Credit One credit card. You don't need an Open Sky credit card. You don't need a First Premier. You damn sure don't need an Indigo credit card. That's one of the worst one of all of them also. So stay away from them. Rebuild properly with this specific credit card that I'm going to talk to you about today. I also want to be very clear that this is not a sponsored video. I'm not being funded or paid in any way, shape, or form. I make absolutely no money from talking about this specific credit card. So it benefits you even more to listen to it because this is how important this card is to everyone out there who is looking to rebuild. If you have bad credit, or if you've been through a bankruptcy, or if you just have no credit whatsoever, this is a great credit card that young people can learn how to use an actual credit card and become responsible, because there are absolutely no fees whatsoever and you will never pay any interest whatsoever. Also, this is what I call a fee-free credit card because that's exactly what it is. Now, I am talking about the Creditcards credit card. This is a very unique credit card because once you open up your account and you set it up, then you can put anywhere from $5, $10 up to $100. It doesn't matter what you put on your card or what you don't put on your card. You heard me right. If you don't put any money on this account and you just open your account, then it's actually going to report a $1,500 line of credit to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. I know that for a fact. And people always ask me, well, why does it report a $1,500 line of credit if there's actually not $1,500 in the account? I don't know. This is how the credit card was designed, to help people rebuild their credit. This is why this credit card is super powerful and very important. Share this with your friends, your family members, or people that are just trying to rebuild, or somebody that has no credit. Because remember, with this credit card, what makes it unique, you cannot spend what you do not have. Now understand, once you open up this credit card and it does report a $1,500 line of credit, you don't have $1,500 to spend. You can only spend what you put on the card. So if you put $10 on the card, guess what? You can only spend $10 on the card. This is not an actual regular credit card. It's almost like a secured credit card, but remember, it does not report as a secured credit card, and that's what we want. We don't want any subprime borrowing companies on our actual credit profile, because when you have a Credit One or a First Premier, that deems you as a high-risk borrower. But when you use the Creditcards credit card, it comes up as a regular revolving credit card, and it does not show that it's secured. That's why I love it so much. And even if you just put $10 on your actual credit card with Creditcards, then you go buy yourself a soda or put some gas on your car, or you could put some recurring bills on it. Just make sure that there's money on the card. You could put as much money as you want on the card, and then it'll actually pay it off every month, and it will report that positive payment history, helping you rebuild your credit. And guess what? You did it without paying any fees and zero interest, and you can never get in debt. This is why I love it so much, because you are not in a debt trap. You need to learn how to manage your finances, and Credit AI helps you do that, because they're going to give you that $1,500 line of credit, which is tremendous for your credit profile. Because if you get a $1,500 line of credit on your credit profile, when you go apply at another credit card company for another credit card, now they've seen that you've managed more than $1,500 line of credit, and they're going to be incentivized to give you a higher limit whenever you go apply for a credit card with them once your credit is in a better position. And that's what people don't understand. If you have a $300, $500 credit card on your credit profile, it's going to be harder for you to get higher limit credit cards. So this is why this card is so valuable, because if you have a $200, $300 and you go open up a credit card with someone else, they're only going to give you a $200 or $300 credit limit, because guess what? You've never shown that you've managed more than $200 or $300 at a time. Last part's the most important. This is the actual sequence that you want to do this in. So you want to get the Credit AI credit card. Then you want to fund it, of course. And then you want to start using it responsibly and paying it off in full every single month. And that's going to help you build positive payment history. And don't get those crappy credit cards. You don't need them. Remember, we are not going to put crappy credit cards on our credit profile anymore. We need to commit to that. Now watch my previous video, because I tell you exactly what to do if you have any crappy credit cards on your credit profile. And I tell you all the bad ones also. So you might have some in your credit profile that are on that list, but we do not need crappy credit cards. Now we get the Credit AI credit card, we start using it responsibly, paying it off in full every single month. We fund it, pay it off, fund it, pay it off. Just that simple. And then we go join a massive, large credit union. Now I'll drop a list of my favorite credit unions in the comment section. I'll pin it at the top, and I'll also add the link to the Credit AI credit card at the very top of that. Now you want to go with a large credit union and start to establish a relationship. And now we're going to go after a high limit credit card with that large credit union instead of going for the small crappy credit cards. And all you have to do is open up a savings and a checking account. Now you do not have to do any of the paid versions. Just do a regular checking, do a savings account, put as much money into your savings as you possibly can, and do not touch it. This is your new path to financial freedom. Being responsible, putting money into your account. It doesn't matter if it's $5, $1, $10, $20, $500. The more money you put in your savings account, the more valuable you become an asset to the credit union. And then you do a direct deposit. Make sure that you do a direct deposit. If you can't do a direct deposit, then you just make sure that you manually enter your actual paycheck so they see that you actually are working and you have a steady flow of income. And then you want to do a secured loan with that credit union. Do a minimum of 24 months and do not do anything less, because once you open up a new account, you're going to reduce your average age of credit. And what you want to do is pay off 80 to 90% of the actual loan that you got once it hits your credit report. Now, do not put it on auto payment. They're going to ask you to put it on there. Say, no, thank you. I don't need to put it on auto payment. Then once it hits your credit report, pay 80% of it off. Let's stick to 80%. That's fine. And then leave the remaining 20%. And then you put that on auto payment for the next 2 years. And you have started to build and establish a relationship with the credit union and built on your credit profile, because this is going to help you also build positive payment history. And then in 6 to 8 months, once you've done all this consistently, you go after the high limit credit card with the credit union, and you've also built with your actual Credit AI credit card. So now you're going to have 2 top level credit cards on your credit profile. You're going to have the $1,500 line of credit. Then you're going to have a major credit union with a high limit credit card on your credit profile. That's how you can build your credit profile easily. Just those 2 credit cards. And then you build from there. And remember, I'm going to say it again until my face turns blue. You don't need crappy credit cards. Stop taking all the offers that they send you in the mail. Stop accepting any offers that they send you through email. Do not get any more crappy credit cards, because the name of the game with credit is to reduce as much of your risk as you possibly can, because credit is about risk. The more risky you are, so the more riskier you are, if I can say that properly, then the more banks don't want to mess with you, because you have a bad history. You're trying to rebuild. And when you put those actual bad credit card companies on your credit profile, like Credit One, First Premier, Open Sky, Indigo, those are subprime lenders. You're telling on yourself. You're telling other banking institutions that, hey, hey, listen, I had a bad past, you know what I'm saying? Like, will you guys help me out? Well, you're going to still be deemed a high-risk borrower when you have those crappy credit cards on your credit profile. This is why we want to keep them off. We want to reduce our risk as much as we possibly can, so we look actually more appealing to the big banks that we truly want. And this is why the Credit AI card is so valuable, because remember, there's zero fees. They guarantee that you will never pay any fees or any interest whatsoever. And they have access to over 55,000 ATMs across the United States. And guess what? Anytime you have a customer service issue, you're going to talk to real human beings, which is tremendous because we need that customer support sometimes. And they are FDIC insured. That is super important. So you can trust them because they are backed by the Fed. That is very, very important for you to understand. And my favorite part about this card is they will never share your data. That is tremendous. How many banks and credit card companies have you heard that they're not going to share your data? None of them. If you've had this credit card, you need to start using it and building it on your credit profile. Tell people in the comments exactly how your experience was with the Credit AI credit card, if I could say that properly, because we need that social proof so everyone can see that it actually truly works and it can help you rebuild. It's super easy, it's very possible, and it won't cost you a dime. That's what we want. That's what we want to build with and start building more financial responsibility. If you want me to continue to talk about more credit cards like the Credit AI credit card, drop it in the comments section. Tell me, Mike, give us some more cards. We need more. And I'll come back and I'll bring you another video about other credit cards that you can help rebuild with. But this, hands down, is one of the best #1 credit cards to rebuild with. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered the Credit AI credit card. Link is going to be in the description. Make sure that you watch the next video because it is about another credit rebuilding product that I really like and I'm a big fan of. Now, if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.